do that.
Don't try to apprehend him.
Alright, we are back, guys. Good morning. It's a really lovely Friday morning, and let's get stuck into what's going on with the Bitcoin price action. So, the last time that we were live, we were expecting a move down from this area, which essentially was this short. I moved it around a bit, but yeah, essentially this was the short that was given on the live stream, and we came down into our target zone, which we did, and yeah, we came down in our target zone for a nice return. So we were short from this area here, and target was down to the lows. So that was a successful winning trade. And then when we came down to this area, we gave this trade setup here, which we were targeting the highs. Or basically we came up to where we left previous supply. We came up, rejected, and then we reclaimed it. So currently took that short, was a profitable short, and that short is now closed. So we'll get rid of this, and we are in the long. So I took profits. Actually, when we came down to this area, I added to the long that we took when we came up to this. So I took profits, price came down, and I added to the long that I took from here. So that long is in profit currently, and I'm waiting for this trade to see if it happens. So let's move this to the side, and I'm waiting to see what happens when price comes up to there. So this trade is the trade that is currently in play. So if you took that, congratulations, you are in profit. Remember, take some profit when in profit and de-risk your trade. So yeah, so I was explaining to you all that I was looking for price to come down because we generated liquidity here, and we did that. We did that in a timely fashion, and we came down and closed all these late longers into our zone of demand. And we also respected this area really nicely because this is the major trend line from the start of the bull run. So yeah, what can we expect today? So we had some data come out, and let's have a look at what came out. We had average hourly earnings, non-farm employment, unemployment rates. So we had some data come out that had the market a bit wild. So if we go down to the lower time frame, you see at 8:80 when price came, when the info came out, we bounced around a bit. So if you're trying to trade that, it is doable. I did it a few times, but yeah, you need to be in and out really quickly. So you could have shorted when you came up for that SFP, and then you take profits at the low, and then you could have take a long, and you pretty much would have been in that. I don't advise trading news because it's easy for you to be wrecked if you're trading news. So yeah, so this trade is what we're looking at currently. Looking for a swing failure at the highs. This high in specific, 113,500, and if we SFP, then I expect us to probably come down and take some of these levels. Right. So both trades played out beautifully. And yeah, if you took them, congratulations to you. And depending on how today looks in terms of how this daily candle closes, I would be more enticed or leaning more biased to bullish sentiment. So if you could see from this trend line here, it has been respected on multiple occasions, and the same thing is happening here. Now, I was expecting a bit lower. We were expecting a move down to this area far along. However, that never materialized, and yeah, we're getting a move up. So, if we were trading based on feelings, meaning that we felt that uh, that price should come down to here, and I'm not taking along unless price move to this area, we basically wouldn't be able to take advantage of this move that we got here. So that is what I say, what I mean when I say trade what you see and not what you feel, because feelings could leave you wound up not getting into the correct trade or taking the trade that may be, um, you know, it may be the trade you're actually looking for. So yeah, we are long and expecting higher. So um, let's see what we have currently. So this is the only short I'm interested in until we break up higher to these levels that we had on the charts um, a few sessions back. So let me move them over. Right, so those are possible shorts there, and we could have a possible long from this zone as well. So if we go up to SFP, the highs, I would expect at least for price to come down to this zone for a bounce to continue higher. So that is the short trade, and this is the long trade I'm interested in. If we do come lower, alright, but if we don't, then we will have to wait for price to develop and then decide from there where it is we would be looking for a long. So price does not have to come down and revisit this area before bouncing. It does not have to do that, but the option is there in the event that it comes down. We have our area interest labeled, and we know that this is a possible long from this area. So we just see what happens when price comes down into the zone, and depending on if we get our confirmation, we'll be able to take the trade. So I am expecting higher because we have all this liquidity to the upside. So I am expecting higher, and my next TP on this trade would be at around 116,500. That is the value area low of the range that we was in, and we have a area of supply here. So when we move up to this area, I will hit TP, and then depending on how price reacts at this zone, I would look for a short. If there is no short and we continue to pump, that's fine. I will look for a retracement, then add to my long position. So that is basically what we're looking at on BTC. We did come back and flush some of these late longers, and depending, let's go down to a little lower. Yeah, we definitely have liquidity here as well. Sorry. We have some liquidity there as well. So if we go up, we could have a quick move down into this zone, and there is also liquidity here. So we could run stops if this doesn't hold. So we need to be mindful of that, and you need to expect, okay, if this happens, this could happen. So you need to be prepared for it, so you don't have any surprises. So this is the trades that we're interested in. Only two trades that I'm seeing. And if we push higher, then these guys will be what I would be looking at. So that's pretty much it for Bitcoin. And the daily chart looks really nice. That money flow is coming up. Momentum wave is coming up. That doesn't mean that we can't go back down. We can go back down totally into the zone. That is 100% possible, right? So if it is you see a short trade, definitely take it, and you're taking the short trade knowing that the long could be the direction that the market is choosing. So you want to take profits as soon as possible and de-risk the trade as soon as possible. Because we already flipped like 4-hour market structure. We haven't flipped daily just yet, but once we start flipping daily, we could expect price to move substantially to the upside. So yeah, that's pretty much the update I have for you all on BTC. We have some more levels higher, but when we get up to these zones, then I'll go over them. But for now, this is all that we are interested in, and yeah, that's the only trades you should be actually looking at. Because if you're looking at anything else, then more than likely you're going to lose money. So just trade what you see, know how you feel. Simple stuff. And that's it for BTC. Yeah, we're just looking for a swing fail at these highs right here. And if we get it, you take the short. And if you don't get it, well, you wait for the next level to see if it is you have a potential trade. So that's it for BTC. Let's have a look at ETH and see what ETH is doing. So ETH came down to our zone. Obviously, it needed to break the area. So yeah, it was a big liquidity grab that actually did not SFP the lows. So this is the reason I don't like to trade ETH, because it moves in a crazy manner. And to have a stop that huge on Ethereum, yeah, you're gonna need to go in with a small margin size in order to get in. And if I were to trade that, let me see with my confirmations. So when you did actually flip structure, price did not come back for a proper retest. So yeah, I really don't like to trade ETH. ETH is one of those that does whatever it wants to. I'm seeing ETH starting to fall, so is BTC falling? No, it isn't. Alright, well, that's my little update for you all, and you have your trade setups, and yeah, take them if you see them, and with confirmation, obviously. Oh, I almost forgot before I left. Let's have a look at the challenge account. So you can see that we are up. We are at $1.43. So we are on the way to $2. So the challenge account is doing well as of now. So since the last time we updated you all on this, we took a few trades. Our last trade was a short from that area interest when we came up, and we lost 5 cents on that trade. When we came down, we took the long, and that was fully closed at 16 cents. And the short that I gave you all yesterday, that was closed for 26 cents. So the overall account is up in profits. Currently we have no trades open, and let's go and see, because I don't want anybody saying, oh, this guy probably sent money in. There was only one deposit, which was $2.95, and there has been no deposits after, right? And then we took, see, one deposit only, and that was $2.95, and then we did one transfer, which was one USDT from spot. So the funds that you're seeing in our futures account is what we've been using to trade with. So this was the dollar that we have now turned into $1.43, and because of this we are able to take a long and a short together. So we can use 50%, and we can take one trade and then we could take another. So what it is I'm doing now, because the account is a little bigger, is that I would take half off and let the next half ride. However, with the long trade that we took, we only had half the position size available to use because we were short, and I was waiting for confirmation that the long is in. So we got that, and that is why when I saw that, we closed out the short for a 26-cent win. So when it builds some more, we would have a little more capital to use, and then we would be able to trade long and short and basically hedge our position properly. So that is the update with the challenge account, and that is the update with BTC's price. I am feeling very bullish. So you could also say that this is a head and shoulder pattern. I don't really use these things, but yeah, it looks like it. So you have your left shoulder, head, right shoulder, and I believe this is how you would check this from the neckline. So you could expect a move up to this area if it were to play out. Yeah, but I trade my levels much differently than using these patterns, and we will see what happens. So keep an eye on price when we come up to the zone, and when we get up to here, let me just put my alert right there. We'll see what happens. So that being said, guys, thank you all for watching, And please subscribe, drop a like, drop a comment, and I'll keep making these videos. No one else is giving you this on YouTube for free. I am, so I would appreciate the encouragement by you guys liking, subscribing, and commenting. So, that being said, I will see you all in the next video. Remember, trade safe, trade what you see, not what you feel, and I'll see you guys in the next video.